Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They call me by the Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I feel shy. You can dig me cause my bar's mine. My tracks flame like a dilute. I order blood on my tongue. Thinking this is warm glue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. They throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A bunch of stinging in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink, they gon' pull up. I'm jerking knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I poured all the planks, you use Decepticons. Straight rappers to retreats like Cobra. 80s they get floated like up in the storage and I'm E-man. Up, down, down, man, I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beating. Ninja Turtle rap, Turtle clans get defeated. High samurai, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy ball. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A, and I bet you can't stop us. LL bad when I go and show up. You can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. I am a little under the weather, not gonna lie. My allergies are killing me right now. They are whooping they're whooping my butt right now. I'm not even gonna hold you. Was thinking about excuse me, what I was gonna do as far as the show, and I decided, you know what I'm saying, let me go ahead and talk about this Ryan Coogler talking about Black Panther. I was like, let me go ahead and get that. Hold on. Let me go ahead and get that taken care of. Let's talk about that. And try to give you guys some type of show today. But I'm not gonna lie, all the congestion all in here is real. It is real, and it is not fun right now. It is not. It is not nowhere close to fun. So we're gonna get through this as much as possible. I don't even have I don't have no. I don't nothing. I made tea last night. Um, to try to get some of this out of my system because it's just I'm talking about it's heavy, and I try to get something to get this out of my system. So it looks like I'm gonna be making me a hot toddy or something today. Cause good God, I hate having allergies in this in my chest with like chest congestion. So we gonna get it today. Still no complaining. Still got stuff to do. So hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan channel, but you already know how I do. The real question is,
Say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
all right, all right, all right, all right. I wish I had some of that energy though. Jeez. I like I said, I am trying. It is all in here. It is all in here. I actively avoided social media and all of that. I'm just trying to like, you know, but anyway, hopefully you guys are cool. Hopefully you guys are cool. Let's get into hold on real quick. Cause I want to bring up because I mean, as far as like this whole Ryan Coogler thing, this thing has been, I mean, it's kind of been already set in motion because of Desmond Ildris. And uh and I believe that they were basically marching him out uh to generate buzz to say, hey, if we pick this guy, what do you guys think? You know, um, this is going to be your guy, all of this. I mean, everybody from comic book cast to the comic one, Cosmic Wonder, Mercy Awesome, everybody has been talking about it, but it all started with the Black Panther 3 rumors. It all started there. And what they think that what this movie is going to be. Really hate that some people was using Will Smith's likeness as their AI picture. I really hate this. Um but the real question, I mean the biggest question a lot of people are going to ask is this T'Challa Jr. or is this an actual recast or is it a variant? Well, who is it? Who is it? Who's the person? So that's really one of the big questions. But let me get to see who is all in the house. Again, I am really trying to get through because the chest congestion actually hurts. I'm not even gonna hold you. So I'm gonna get to everybody that's in the chat, and then we are excuse me. We are gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. So let me shout out everybody who is in here. Molly Mart, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Alvin Rodriguez, good morning, good morning, good morning. Miss Roberta, the church auntie. I was gonna get back to you, but I was trying to like get my mind right and get this show created. But I seen you. I seen you. I seen you. But I was trying to squeeze as much rest out of me as possible and see if I was even I was even going to do something. But I seen you. I see, but I appreciate you even asking. Wavy Thames, good morning, good morning. Robert D, good morning, good morning. Make sure that you guys are hitting that like button in the video live stream. The only thing I ask for that is free is a thumbs up. That's the only thing. Princetta, good morning, good morning, good morning. Andre Ware, good morning, good morning, good morning. Gray, good morning, good morning. The other admin, good morning, good morning, good morning. Xavier Phoenix, good morning, good morning, good morning. CK Smith, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me see. Uh Let me see. I'm trying to get all of you guys. Q is not a robot. What up, Q? Good morning. Good morning. Rashad Walker. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Tina, aka Minty Gasm. Good morning. Good morning. Tyra J is in here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Junior Network. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Wolverine Solid X. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you in the chat. Let me see. Dan the man, good morning. Good morning. May Kent, the original magnificent member. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Uh let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Mario Faith Warrior. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Junior Network. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And check out Junior's latest video on especially if you're a Michael Jackson fan. Check out what he has on his channel. Lord have mercy. Check out the latest video for breaking down the Michael Jackson trailer on his channel. It was some good stuff, got me excited. So check out and see what he's doing over there. Appreciate the love. Appreciate it. Appreciate J. Carter. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Uh Kevin H. Kevin, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Presetta. Good morning. Good morning. Uh just hit the thumbs up. I'm here. We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. But I'm here. I'm doing it. So we gonna get into it. All right. Let me transition over. Let's shout out everybody that's a crew member, like May Kent, my original magnificent crew member. If you want to be a part of the crew, all you got to do is hit that join button. Let's go.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you know you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that have been holding it down for Dre Mack and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye.
All right. And again, if you do want to be a part of the crew, all you got to do is hit that join button to be a part of the crew. And it really helps out the channel a lot. Let's transition over. Real quick. Because the way that I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna read the article from Deadline. I want to read that article first, and then we're gonna go into Emergency Awesome's video that is discussing Black Panther 3, because this came out over the weekend. A lot of people was on it. Chillmonger was on it. Planet Fanatics, they were on it. So this is my opportunity right now to talk about it from my side. So I'm gonna go over the actual Deadline interview. Then we're gonna see what some of the YouTubers like Emergency Awesome is talking about. I would just say this before I even go. I really have a hard time shaking the fact that Ryan is going to do what he wants to do with this movie. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I don't know why I keep doing that. I don't even want to sound defeated or anything, but Ryan wants to do T'Challa that's his bag. He really wants to do it. I honestly believe that because they're parading around, and I'm just going to be honest with you. Hold on. Because I'm trying to tell you, it's a photo op. They're parading around Damson. I believe Damson has locked in with the franchise, with Marvel. I believe that. Because there's just too many times he's prancing around with, and a lot of people can say, oh, well, a lot of people Tiana Taylor was with the cast of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So it would make sense for them to, for Damson to be there, and and it has nothing to do with Black Panther Wakanda Forever or Black Panther 3. And I say to you, bullshiggity, somebody would have came out and denied these rumors like heavy. Like, I am not in this. They're not. I really believe that they want to child. They're gonna find some goofy way to go into the future and get an older to child, because everybody's talking about, well, what they're gonna do, age them up. I guarantee you they're gonna go somewhere in the from a future is going to be to child. I'm not getting my hopes up that it's going to be T'Challa. It will be him as aged up. Again, I would go the Gamora route, what they did with Gamora, and got T'Challa, from an earlier point in time, like they did with Gamora. But I really feel like this is Nate Moore's and Ryan Coogler's. I believe this is their final project on Black Panther. I think Black Panther, I believe they're not coming. Well, we already know Nate Moore is not. But I believe Ryan Coogler, this is it for the Black Panther franchise after this. And I believe that they're going to leave this inconspicuous for somebody else. This is where they're going to leave it. I believe that. Now, the difference in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is that, Zoe Saldana didn't actually pass away in real life, and they just threw her off a cliff to honor the character. That would have been interesting. But with T'Challa, nope. I honestly believe that their whole idea and Ryan's whole bag was to really go for the T'Challa Jr. storyline, and he wasn't going to stop until he finished that storyline. And the reason why I say that is because all the tea leaves are adding up. All the tea leaves, even though that Damson was closer to age of Chadwick at the time he started filming Black Panther or Civil War. I believe Damson is probably a year or two younger right now than matter of fact, let me just look that up. Look, before I start spilling off at the lip, let me make for sure. But if I'm not mistaken, they were close. Okay. Chadwick was 29 years old. Listen to this. Listen to this. And this is going to get you in the mood, or why I say they're full of crap when it comes to this whole let's find him in the future, let's age him up or whatever, where he can literally play a younger Chadwick Boseman. And why, to me, my own theory Not saying it's law. Stop coming to me and be like, stop putting that out there. Stop. This is my tinfoil hat time. You know what I'm saying? In the words of Heavy Spoilers, this is my theory time. Let me fall on this sword. I could be dead ass wrong. I will fall on this sword. I would. Same for y'all. This is me. This is the sword, the hill that I'm dying on. Again, I still believe that Ryan was pissed. Nate was pissed. I rewatched my video when I talked about, I'm going to bring that video up too, where I talked about the 3 reasons why the recasting of Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, was wrong when it came to Chadwick Boseman and recasting T'Challa. How it was hypocrisy. The timing, all of that is wrong. And I'm going to follow the sword. I believe, because there's a certain part that I'm going to play. When Nate Moore talks about how it was all shocking, they didn't know. The hill that I'm dying on is that Nate Moore did not know. And this is his get back. I'm going to create my own character. He could at least told me. Again, this ain't nobody's hill to die on but my own. And this was his get back, him and Nate. Because if you didn't know the star was had cancer, it was 20. Just think about this. He knew about his colon cancer then. Well, no, let me take that back. He didn't. He found out later, I believe. But he was only 29 years old in 2015. Let's put it on August. When they started filming, May to August 2015, the man was only 29 years old. Damson is 34. So Damson is even 5 years older than Chadwick. So that technically, listen to this. And why him playing T'Challa is bullcrap. Is in my eyes. Not saying what the studio is going to do, because the studio looks at him as a younger black man. Damson is 34. Guess how old Chadwick was when he passed? Hold up. This is something ain't right. Because hell, I was 30. This ain't right. Hold up. Let me go back. No, Damson is 34. Hold up. Something about the Chadwick thing is not right. Because hell, he's older than me and I was 30. No, this is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. And I don't know why AI just duped me, because he was wrong. He was 30. He was let me see, 2015. He would have been 39, not 29, because he was born in 76. So what is this? This is wrong. This is hella wrong. Yeah, he would have been 39. I don't know why they have 29. He would have been 39. So 5 years, still 4 years apart. Because hell, when they start filming, hell, I was about to be 35. I was 34. So he was 38. So when he started filming, which he still looked hella good at that time. Yeah, that's wrong. It was completely wrong. Yeah, this was wrong. And it's just crazy because I went to this 2016 NPR thing, the age of the on-screen black superhero. God, how things have changed since then. Yeah, because it was 43 when he passed. So, yeah, he would have been 38 when he started filming. Still 4 years. So, just think about this. In the eyes of the execs, 5 years is just too much of an age gap to make him the regular T'Challa. So, we just going to make him T'Child. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy to me. Let me transition over. I've been getting too much into the weeds in this, and I really need some tea. So let's get into this. Let's take a quick commercial break, and I'll be right back with more of the Dre Mack Show.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Are you going down? Then you gotta know the best way to go. On the down low.
Damn, you banking like that, and you come over here with a biscuit meal, man?
Would you like to take a survey?
No. Elevator go down the hall.
It's you! It's you!
Whoop-de-doo.
We are talking about the same girl.
Okay, well, what do we do? Fight a duel or something?
Well, I don't know. Maybe,
Wherever I go, he goes. Like this?
Slower. Bend over.
Studman, what's going on?
Darling, are you all right?
Studman, who was that woman?
That was Professor Haight, disguised as an ugly French lap dancer.
Ugly? She looked beautiful.
I suppose she might have been considered beautiful until you walked in the room.
Oh, Stedman, I've been dreaming of this moment. Come here.
Wild horses couldn't keep me away. Invisible robots!
Invisible robots?
Beep, 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 beep.
Look out!
We now return to the Transformers.
All right. Glad we got that cleared up. Let me see. So I can't tell the truth about how I feel without you feel like I'm tearing them down. I didn't say the dude was stupid. Me tearing them down, tearing Ryan Coogler down, Kevin, because you do this every time we get into this conversation. Me tearing him down is that he's a horrible producer. He shouldn't be acting. He shouldn't be directing, me calling him all out his name or whatever. I do think he be tasting the biscuits. If you want to know the truth, I'm not. See, this is the thing, Kevin, I want you to understand is that me pointing out things that have transpired ever since that Marvel Studios made that announcement not to recast is my own personal thought process on how I put this together, how it went. It's just because he's a black director doesn't mean he's above reproach. We got to stop doing that. Let me say this. Just because you black doesn't mean you above reproach, when it comes to the way that I see things. I don't give a damn about your skin color when it comes to the way that things are transpiring that I see. I don't care. I don't care. Honestly, I do not care. But let's just say for the sake of argument. Say for the sake of argument. that we look at his skin color, right? We just look at the man's skin color, and he's playing a black character. And this director, along with the studio, decided to not only take a black character and shelve him, it stops another actor from taking over the role that was iconic, that was left from another black man who not only his family, but he himself also believed that this character should live on, that he knew, I'm not going to play this character forever. Now, we don't have any problem with white characters being recast and taking on roles and being this character for years and years and years to come. But I should stop what I believe, what I'm figuring out, what I'm putting together, my Scooby-Doo mysteries, and say, oh, well, he's black. I can't say that. Bullshiggity. Bullshiggity. I don't give a damn. It makes it even worse. You should actually believe we have no evidence that Coogler had an issue with his death. We have no issue. We have no nothing, right? Now, mind you, it was Nate Moore and Ryan's decision. Hold on. We have no evidence of this. What has transpired since Ryan has been the director and Chadwick passed? What is it? What has transpired? Have they recast? Did they make another movie and use this man's death as a selling point for their movie? Did you see that in the Fast and the Furious franchise? Think. That's all. Use your thinking skills to say, did they do that? Just think about it. Now, if it asks yourself a very serious question, has somebody else ever did this before when it came to a deceased actor? When the actor passed, have anybody ever did this before? Because you know what we do is, we bring up CVS receipts. Right? We bring up CVS receipts. So let me ask you the question. Because I'm gonna play the hypocrisy of Nate Moore and what was said with him and Ryan. Because again, receipts, big dog. Not even trying to be funny, nothing like that. Just receipts. So let me transition real quick. But the Gen V, that for one, the Gen V character is not a main the first black male superhero. That was a created character for the show. Damn near every character that you see in Gen V are created characters for the show. Not the main characters, because there's no such thing as Gen V and the boys universe. So let's get that out the way. That character is not going to go on to be nothing. He's not an important character in nothing in that universe. There's no other character. That character is nobody. Sorry to tell you that. There's nobody in that character. He's the boys universe don't even acknowledge anybody in that universe, and then those characters were created for that show. For the show. This is a created character, not for the show. This is a created character that came from the comics during the Civil Rights Movement that Jack Kirby said that he want black people to have. You cannot compare the two. So stop it. But let's get to the hypocrisy. More about.
Can you talk about the decision to use the real life tragedy and impose it on the fictional character of T'Challa, because while it can be cathartic for some, it can also be triggering to relive that pain again. So can you talk about the decision to go forward?
I mean, it was, look, Chadwick's passing was shocking to us all, and
why was it shocking to us all if we already knew, if they knew he had cancer? Somebody answer that question for me. Wouldn't it not be a shock if you already knew? Nate Moore and Ryan had no idea. Clue number one, they had no idea. Right? And they used the man's death as a selling point for their movie because they didn't have to put Chadwick's face all through the marketing for that movie. And if I'm using just basic thinking skills, just basic logic, why would they use Chadwick as a selling point to sell their show, their movie, when it is told in said interview with E-Man that they didn't even have to make the movie? Now, go back to your Gen V. Oh, well, they didn't do that with the black dude in Gen V. That they use that brother to sell their show. Yes, they found a way to honor it, but he's not a main star in the Boys universe. Once they're done with the Boys season 5, what are they gonna do with Gen V? Aren't they gonna do another spinoff show? This is a spinoff show. That dude is not a main character. But I know they didn't just use his death as a selling point to say, come and watch this show. I know that. I know that much. Let's keep going with, this is what he said.
Hit us all a bit differently, but he, I can't say this enough, like, he was such an impressive person beyond the performer, and had relationships with all the cast and Ryan and myself who got to know him through Civil War. And you have the very real conversations of, should we even make a movie? Right. Certainly not all movies.
We had the question, did we have to make a movie? They didn't have to make the movie. Let's put that out there. They did not have to make that movie that they made. That movie that's being promoted in this video, they didn't have to make. They decided to make it anyway.
Movies need sequels. There's been amazing movies that are one and done. And those were conversations that we had. And Disney at no point said you have to make a sequel. They said, we'll do whatever you feel is right.
Disney said, the head of Disney said, they didn't pressure them to make Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It was their decision. Let me say that again. They didn't have to. And Kevin, every time you come in this chat and I talk about this, I'm going to say the same thing because it's my sword to fall on. My sword. Not nobody else's. Y'all don't have to believe me. Everybody got the one. Everybody seen the one dude that's on the corner yelling, hollering and screaming or whatever. I'm that guy when it comes to this. You don't have to believe me. This is my theory, my thought. Just using everything, all the clues that came about, I'm just using that as a reference for my theory. You don't have to believe me. I don't care because it's my theory, right? Let's hear what Nate Moore has to say.
And then you start to think about, and no one can really know, right? But I go, I think Chad would have wanted us to make a sequel because he knew how much Wakanda meant to people.
Chad knew how much they wanted to make a sequel because they knew how much Wakanda. I'm sorry. Nobody came to Black Panther for Wakanda. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, it's a fictional universe. Yeah, are we that deprived in America as Black Americans that a fictional universe is way more important than the actor portraying the character who we all came to dress up as? Dude, is that the way that they think about it? Just think about that. Think about that for just a second. Chadwick would think Wakanda is more important than Black Panther T'Challa? Think about that. Think about that for just a second. Honestly, ask that question. When his brother says, well, we will want the role to be recast. Do you think Nate Moore had a conversation with his brother and his brother was like, yeah, you know what? He also would think Wakanda's cool too. He would want Wakanda. Everybody came from Wakanda. Dude, you killed the queen of Wakanda in the movie too. You left us with a bastard child. And that is what you want? The lasting impression is the kid who didn't even grow up in Wakanda. That grew up in Haiti. If Wakanda was so important, why didn't the kid grow up there? This is literally what was somebody critical thinking skill. Just actually thinking, putting the tea leaves together, and say, well, if he was so important, why didn't he grow up in Wakanda? If Nate Moore, who's clutching his pearls right now, because how dare you ask me about this, E-Man? I know you made your little petition, E-Man. I know how important he is to you, but he damn sure ain't important to me. Look at the way his body language is. But when I go back and start talking about William Hurt with him, look at the way his body language is then. Let's keep going.
Now, also in the same.
Hold up. Is this where he talks about? Nope. Because again, I told you I bring receipts. I told you this whole video. Yeah, 3 reasons why this recast disrespect T'Challa and why folks are still mad.
Announcement, Drew Marvel about his character being recast here.
Harrison Ford is taking on the role of General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, and to see Sam Wilson and Thunderbolt Ross, which, if you remember, actually threw him in prison at the end of Civil War. Because
why is Nate Moore so giddy about Harrison Ford taking over the role of Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross? But when it came to T'Challa, he was the man just could not do wrong. I mean, the man just fed the multitude. He walked on water. You know what I'm saying? He descended up to heaven. You know what I'm saying? After 3 days of being in the cave. But look at the face that he has. He looks like a goddamn who. Sorry, Miss Roberta. Look at his face. He looks like he's getting ready to give the Powder Puff Girls all they can take in this next week's episode. Like, seriously, look at his face. But yet, do you hear his giddiness when it comes to Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross recasting?
Because he violated the Sokovia Accords, there's going to be some natural sparks there, which I think are going to be.
Now, this raised a lot of intent.
All I'm saying is the tea leaves is there. And I'm not supposed to read into it even more. I'm just supposed to be like, oh, well, he's black. Let him cook. Oh, he's black. I can't look at everything and see things for the way that it is. Oh, he's black, so I got to back up and not put no pressure on him to recast the first mainstream black character in comic books. I don't think this is the conversation that you probably want to be at. Because I'm going to hold his feet to the fire. I'm going to hold his feet to the fire. Why would I hold his feet to the fire? Because he does have a responsibility as a black director, as a black executive, to make sure if we're talking about black, well, it's black, huh? Well, doesn't he have a responsibility to make sure that other black actors get an opportunity in Hollywood, just like he has, or do they have an obligation to gatekeep and do what the hell they want to do? Keep giving us the same damn stories because that's the only thing that they think black people know. Baby daddies and all of that. and missing fathers. Yeah, I'm holding his feet to the fire. Because I got hella backlash for the story that they told for Ironheart. And I explained Ironheart, a lot of it was in the comments. It's not my fault that Disney decided to give Ironheart story to Spider-Man and Spider-Man story to Ironheart. And it tells you what comic books that they gave and how they switched it around. It's not my fault. But at least I could tell you. So I'm not supposed to look at this and be like, this don't seem right. Aren't we supposed to uplift more black people in this space? Aren't we supposed to have more black people in this space? Or am I supposed to be like, well, he black, so, I can't do that. Because he black, I can't say what I feel because he black. I'm just saying. So let's get to Ryan Coogler confirms Black Panther 3 is his next movie. Now again, you know why Ryan can really get away with this? He made a successful franchise. Whether we like the decision what he made, what he's done with said franchise, he has a successful franchise. So you make over $1 billion and talk about, oh, they ain't got. Now it's funny how, people talk about, well, he a black man, he ain't got no power. What did Nate say? What did Nate say? Didn't he say that's the decision we came up with? Or do I have to go back and show you this one more time? And why I have my theory. The way that I'm putting it together. He had no idea. Again, Nate and Ryan was blindsided. Ryan wanted to tell oh, well, he had sex with your mother, blipped, and he was going to come back and try to be a father for the, what? You got a whole kingdom over here as far as Wakanda, but you want Wakanda, and you remember Wakanda's supposed to be so important. People came from Wakanda. Why is Game of Thrones have more interest in the people and how the king and the kingship run said country, run said land, but we can't have that in Wakanda? Because that's the way in the comic books. What does him being a father for, what during the, he coming back from the blip and finding out that he has a father, what the hell does that have to do with him running Wakanda? But remember, if you go back and look at the interviews, which I have over and over and over and over and over again, you know what is said in there. This is the story we wanted to tell. Yep, this is the story we wanted to tell. And just think about that. Erica D brought up the Marvel Zombies. Right? Thank you, Caliber. What was the child at in Marvel Zombies? In all these iterations and all these multiverse, why they never had T'Challa Jr. in these stories? Even people outside of Ryan Coogler know that that's some bull jive. Sorry, I can critique. I pay my money. I have a right to critique this mess if I want to, because I pay my money. So you're telling me that everybody, Ryan and all of them were on board with T'Challa Jr., but nobody else, when they brought up these Black Panther stories, ever seen a T'Challa Jr.? Just think about it. That's all I'm asking you to do is use that thing between your shoulders, you know what I'm saying, on top of your eyeballs. And just think about it for a second. That's it. So I preface my theory. All right. So after ridding the Mississippi Delta as a vampire and a few Klansmen with sinners, Ryan Coogler is ready to get back to Wakanda. While speaking on stage Saturday during the Sinners panel at Deadline's Contenders film, Los Angeles, the two-time Oscar nominee confirmed to Deadline's Mike Fleming Jr. that Black Panther 3 is his next movie, as he is hard at work completing the MCU trilogy that kicked off with Chadwick Boseman in 2018. If it was anybody but you, I would say I can neither confirm or deny T's Coogler, but you're working on it hard. Yeah, it's the next movie. I mean, that's not a shocker for me. Not a shocker. In November 2024, Denzel Washington let it slip that he's being considered for the role in the third installment of Black Panther. During an interview in Australia promoting Gladiator 2, he said that Coogler was writing the part for me, which the director has since confirmed. Boseman first played. You see how they bring up Boseman? Why, if we're so interested in T'Challa, why is Deadline talking about Chadwick Boseman's character T'Challa? I thought this was about. Nate just said that Chadwick want us to go back to Wakanda. Right? Y'all remember when he said that? Do I need to run it back? Or do y'all got that? Now, wait a minute, hold up. Because he literally just said that he would want us to go back to He said, I believe Chad would want us to go back to Wakanda. Hold up.
Certainly, not all movies need sequels. There's been amazing movies that are one and done. And those were conversations that we had. And Disney at no point said you have to make a sequel. They said, we'll do whatever you feel is right. And then you start to think about, and no one can really know, right? But I go, I think Chad would have wanted us to make a sequel because he knew how much Wakanda meant to people.
He knew how much Wakanda meant to people. That's what he said. I knew how much Wakanda meant to people. Then why in this Deadline interview, this Deadline conversation, they talking about Chadwick in the role he played? Boseman first played the role of T'Challa, appearing in 2016's Captain America: Civil War, followed by the Black Panther feature film in 2018. The actor reprised the role in 2018's Avengers: Infinity War and 2019's Avengers: Endgame. Why are they talking about T'Challa? Because T'Challa is way more important than the actual land of Wakanda. But it goes hand in hand. But technically, the character of the Black Panther is a superhero. They already seen what happened with Eyes of Wakanda, the viewership of Eyes of Wakanda. I might like the aesthetic. I might even like some of the stories, but it doesn't have the Black Panther T'Challa in it, who the story is about. It's not about freaking Wakanda. Nobody cares. I'm sorry, nobody cares about Wakanda like that. If you're a Black Panther fan, you did not read these stories because of Wakanda. You read the stories to see the first Black superhero in mainstream comics kick ass and take names. That's what you came for. You didn't come to watching the Superman movie, which we did. We just had. We just had a whole Superman movie. Who came from Metropolis? Who came for the city of Metropolis? Anybody? Who's out here talking about Metropolis forever? Oh, please, in the chat, put it. I'm trying to find out who came from Metropolis. When you watch a Batman film, do you come for Gotham? We just had a whole Penguin TV show. Did you come for Gotham? Did you come to see the underbelly of Gotham and how they move? Which y'all said Gotham forever. but with the bat sign. Ooh, Gotham forever. We're so for Gotham. You came for Batman. You came for the characters of the DC universe. You didn't care nothing about Gotham. They even made a whole show about Gotham. Do you know they focus more on the characters, not the city? Yeah, the underbelly of it, nobody cares because Gotham's a hellhole. And just because we have some Afrofuturism, you see what it could be with a non-colonized city, does not mean that that's all black people cared about. You know why? Because again, I could do this all day. I could do this all day. The age of the on-screen black superhero. Let's see if they talk about. Hold on, wait a minute. He said, now that the long wait is over, fans can finally bask in a supersized superhero brawl that is Captain America Civil War. This is NPR 2016. What up, Blue? Some may overlook something really special about this movie. It has 3 black superheroes on the front lines. Don Cheadle's War Machine, Chadwick Boseman's appears as Marvel's first African superhero, the Black Panther. Anthony Mackie returns as Captain America to the Captain America movie as Falcon, asking Cap if he really wanted to resist the government's controls. First African superhero. Is Wakanda mentioned in that? Is they talk about Wakanda, or are they talking about 3 black superheroes? We don't care if T'Challa's in space. I mean, they had intergalactic galaxy or whatever. My man Black Panther went to Hell's Kitchen. They still made Black Panther comics. Along with him being in Wakanda, they still made Black Panther comics. Right? Do you see anything about Wakanda in here? And yes, it's before it became trendy to say Wakanda forever, put your arms up and do all of this. They still had nothing. Who did it? Who did it? They're talking about the importance of black superheroes in this, in this, right? Listen to this. Let's see if they talk about Wakanda. Let's put it all out there. And he says Black Panther, debuts to Civil War and a similarly pivotal role. A similarly pivotal role, that means it has some weight on it, right? That means there's some importance to said role, right? Because it's a pivotal role, right? He's the ruler of a super high-tech African nation who stands equal to Iron Man and Captain America. So why didn't he get recast? Somebody answer the question for me. Why it was more important to show Wakanda and somebody literally pull out their mouth that, yeah, Chad would have wanted to see Wakanda. That's what we wanted to see. Just as like Kevin Conroy when he passed, and everybody like, Kevin really would want to see more of Gotham. Knowing he was Batman for years, voice acted for years. Yep, Kevin Conroy, we sure hate did he pass. But man, you know what Kevin Conroy would really love? Gotham, more Gotham. He loved Gotham. What? That sounds dumb. If you really sit there and think about it, it's got to be the most stupidest thing you've ever heard. It's just flat out ridiculous. But again, I'm not supposed to, criticize a black man. I'm not supposed to criticize. That's just wrong to tear down another black man. How can I tear him down when I'm just pointing out the obvious? I didn't do it, he did. So me pointing out the obvious, I'm tearing him down. I should have never brought this up. Okay, listen. Let's listen. The level of independence we haven't seen in black characters from recent big budget superhero movies. So again, they are celebrating black heroes, and you're telling me you want to take one away so nobody else takes over that role. When they talk about the importance of the superhero, I didn't do it, they did. So I'm supposed to ignore that. We kind of think of Black Panther as Obama. If Obama was also James Bond, he said laughing. He has to lead a country, but also has to be that country's best fighter. Again, this is NPR. Who said this? Who said this? This is Nate Moore. This is Nate Moore. This is Nate Moore saying this. But Nate Moore wants you to have a baby daddy. That's what Nate Moore wants you to do. Nate Moore said it's not important. Now are you understanding my theory? Nate Moore in 2016, an executive producer of the film, said the lineup of non-white superheroes was a coincidence of storytelling. I didn't think at any point did we feel, well, this is going to seem like a political, why is it always with black people in it is a political move? But whatever. Or this is a part of a larger trend. It's sort of us as people in Hollywood catching up to the image people want to see. He ain't talking about no damn Wakanda. Now all of a sudden it's Wakanda. He talking about it. See what I'm saying? When you gotta check black people at the door. Why you think now I'm saying, nah, we gotta look at this a little more, big dog. We gotta look at this a little bit more, big dog. Andre Ware, thank you so very much for the $5 super chat. Nate Morris said in a quote, 2018, in order for you to love Wakanda, you must first love T'Challa. Nah, he wants you to love Wakanda now. Because, man, we just got Harrison Ford. Man, we about to start balling. We got Harrison Ford. See what I mean? My man is over here on the biscuit.
Taste the biscuit.
Thank you.
Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Now you see why I made that video and I start talking about hypocrisy? Now you understand when they said we did not know. It hit us. It was a surprise to all of us. Wasn't a surprise with William Hurt passed. They hurried up and recasted him. Remember, William Hurt died of cancer. No tribute, no big fancy, any of that. But that's what happened. Chadwick, nope. Now, this is the same Nate Moore that said that that he also has to be his country's best fighter. He has to lead a country. What story of him being a baby daddy has to do with him leading the country? Him having a son after the blip. What does that have to do with anything? Oh, well, we might not have enough fathers out here, so we got to show a story where African king, who is not a baby daddy in the comics, is being a good father, because since we don't have a lot of good black role models, we got to show it somehow. Do you know that's some ass backwards thinking? Like, seriously, think about this for I'm not just saying it, just be saying it. I'm saying it because this is literally what we're getting fed. You want your first black superhero? We're gonna make him a baby daddy. What? Not married, not nothing. Here's my illegitimate son from Haiti. His name is Toussaint, but he is T'Challa Jr. We're not even going to raise him. We're not going to raise him in Wakanda. He would not know any of our traditions. He would not know nothing. We are going to raise him in Haiti so he could be no different than his uncle or his cousin Killmonger. So when he becomes an age, he's going to see, why did I have to be raised in Haiti? Why do you didn't bring the boy home? That's what we're going to do with this, with our child here. Everybody happy? What? Anyway. I am a baby daddy now. You like it? This is my child. You like my child? Oh, he's so precious. He is so precious, yes. I love being a baby daddy. They killed my mother too. I'm all alone. It's just me and my sister. Think, y'all. Think. Just think about it. All right. After Bozeman died of colon cancer in 2020, Black Panther Wakanda Forever was released in 2022, dedicated to his memory. Dedicated to his memory. Why didn't they do this with William Hurt? Again, somebody answer that question for me. Why didn't they do this with William Hurt? I'm just saying. The film picked up following the death of T'Challa with Letitia Wright Shuri taking over the heroic title. And Wakanda is so important, then why was Shuri the Black Panther? Why was Shuri the Black Panther? Everybody came to see Wakanda. We came to see Wakanda. We didn't come to see Shuri's ass. We didn't come to see the Black Panther. We came for Wakanda. We were all in there wanting more Wakanda. Then why was Shuri Black Panther? Think about it. Just think about it. That's all I'm asking you to do is just think. Now let's get to this last video. But before we get to this last video, I'm gonna take a quick commercial break because I got biscuits to bake, and I'll be right back with more of the Dre Mack Show.
Will be right back. It's just your mama's raisin butter biscuits. That's all it is.
Not my mama biscuits.
Whoop they do.
Take a love to a biscuit, man.
Whoop they do.
Okay, so what happened is one time Randy Beeman went on a trip with his dad and they picked up a lady who wanted to ride home, and this was in Kansas. And she sat in the back seat, and when they got where she wanted to go, they turned around and she was gone. And Randy Beeman's dad talked to the man who lived there and told him what the lady looked like. And the man said, "Oh, that's my wife, but she died 4 years ago." Spooky, huh? Okay, bye.
Whoop they do.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Whoop they do.
Good idea. Visiting the circus. Bad idea. Having the circus visit you.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right. Let's get to this. Let's get to this video. This is Black Panther 3 announcement from Emergency Awesome. Let's go.
Welcome
All
back,
right, Erica
everyone.
D.
It's Charlie. Marvel just listed Black Panther 3 on an industry production tracking site with a new title for the movie and a plot synopsis, so we'll break it all down. It's also been reported that we're going to see a new Black Panther during Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, in addition to Shuri, who we all know will at least start those movies still wearing the mantle of Black Panther because of all the behind the scenes showing her in a new Black Panther suit, and Letitia Wright saying that she would get an upgraded suit in the movie.
I wonder if they're going to do the Disney cruise. What they did in the Disney cruise. That's what I want to see. Are they going to do what they did in the Disney cruise? In the Disney cruise, they actually brought T'Challa from another universe, and Shuri together. She was like, "Oh my God, I so miss you." He was like, "I will together." Black Panther, Wakanda forever, and made a pose. I wonder if they're gonna do that. We'll see, but I doubt it. Robin D just gifted 10 memberships to the Drake Mack Show. So if you do not have a membership, Robin D just gave you one. Just gave you a membership. So make sure you grab your membership now. Thank you so very much, Robin D, for the membership. Matter of fact, let's do it.
Gang bang, gang bang, gang bang.
You are truly amazing.
Gang
Thank you for your super chat.
Gang bang, gang bang.
All right. Let's keep going. Thank you so very much, Robert D, for those memberships. Thank you so much.
Marvel still has a couple of reshoots for Avengers Doomsday, but they're mostly done filming that movie. Secret Wars is supposed to start filming around April 2026, so don't be surprised if we start seeing more of these multiple Black Panthers then. We are supposed to get that Avengers Doomsday teaser trailer before Avatar 3 in a couple weeks. I'm not expecting to see a bunch of different Black Panthers running around in that. I think they're going to hold way back on the stuff they actually show in that trailer. Knowing Marvel and what they did with Chair Watch, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to show us a clip show and claim that it's the new Avengers Doomsday trailer. So whatever they do wind up releasing, of course I will do videos for it. Marvel has done stuff like that in the past where they'll like cobble together trailers from old footage. Please don't do that to us, Marvel. Please show us some actual footage from Avengers Doomsday. Supposedly it's just going to lean very heavily on Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom, so we'll see about that. What did they actually wind up putting in that trailer? Recently, a professional industry site that tracks movie and TV show production in the UK listed a Black Panther 3 start date of June 15th, 2026. That's pretty close. That date might get pushed.
I think we talked about that. It's titled Shadows of Wakanda. I think we talked about that last week. I believe so. I think so. But it was like, but just listen to this project summary. Just listen to this. And you will see again where Wakanda at. Like, didn't we just see it says titled Shadows of Wakanda? We explore Wakanda's vulnerability after T'Challa's death, with Shuri stepping up as both warrior and leader. Didn't we just, wasn't this the last synopsis of Wakanda Forever? Shadows of Wakanda? Shadows, huh? Let me shut up. I do too.
Sometimes Marvel
Tyler.
and all Hollywood studios in general, not just Marvel, have to book their sound stages that they want to use for filming years in advance because they're so in demand. So you always have to look at these filming dates as just temporary placeholders. But because Black Panther 3 is meant to release just a couple months after Avengers Secret Wars, don't be surprised if both of those movies, Secret Wars and Black Panther 3, start filming around the same time. Probably the more interesting detail in this, though, if you actually look at what the production listing says, on the site, they officially list the title is Shadows of Wakanda. In the official synopsis reads, the movie will explore Wakanda's vulnerability after T'Challa's death, with Shuri stepping up as both warrior and leader.
Boo! We literally just had this movie. Boo! Why are they keep using? Just think about this. Think about this. If Chadwick's character wasn't that important and the mantle could be passed on to just anybody, why do they keep bringing up T'Challa's death? Are they still using it as a selling point to their movie? Just think about it. Again, where Kevin at? Kevin! Hey, Kevin, why they keep using T'Challa's death as a selling point for their movie? But I'm supposed to just not criticize the black man because he's black. Or I'm tearing down the black man because he's black. No, I'm not. I'm just holding his feet to the fire when it comes to this IP. That NPR in 2016, with an interview with Nate Moore, said that it was important. That the character of the black superhero was important. I'm just saying, I'm just asking a question. Step on up, Kevin. Let me know.
Was not a decision we made lightly.
Doesn't that kind of sound like the plot of Black?
It wasn't a decision that we made lightly. They made it within minutes.
Panther, Wakanda Forever. T'Challa dies at the beginning of the movie.
I need those questions answered, big dog. Come on, Kevin. Come on. This is a rehash. I'm not supposed to criticize. Come on now, Kevin. Let me know. Let me know.
His funeral, then Wakanda is weakened politically and on a military level to the point that Namor is able to invade and kill a ton of them, including Ramonda, before Shuri can step up as the new Black Panther, and they roll out their Midnight Angels armor suits.
Again, what did killing Queen Ramonda what did that benefit the storyline of this movie? Again, somebody asked me these questions. They answer these questions for me. What did killing Queen Ramonda, what did that do to push the narrative forward about Wakanda? You killed the Black Panther, you kill his mother, you leave Shuri and the bastard child as the remaining portion of royalty. Somebody please tell me. So please think about that for just a second. You have the whole kingdom of Wakanda, right? The whole kingdom of Wakanda left in the hands of an inexperienced warrior and a child. I'm not supposed to criticize that. They would never do this in Westeros. Hell, they wouldn't even do it during the Hobbit series. But Wakanda, I mean, you blacks, y'all don't know nothing about kingdoms. Y'all know about baby daddies, though. Come on now, somebody tell me something. Like she said, tell me something. Somebody tell me. I'm not supposed to criticize any of this. This is not no plot from no comic, nowhere to be found.
So part of me thinks that this Black Panther 3 Shadows of Wakanda synopsis is also just a temporary placeholder, and they'll eventually change the title of the movie as well. But it does imply that the movie might have a slightly darker tone just because of what's happening with the Avengers Secret Wars soft reboot. So when they talk about the aftermath of like a really big event here, that might still stick because the movie will have to deal with the aftermath of Secret Wars, and it's going to be a major, major change to the MCU. Kevin Feige did his big Marvel Phase 7 panel a couple months ago. I did a much bigger video for it, so I'll link it below in the description. But during that, he did...
Robert D., when people was telling me, man, M'Baku right there, he could be the Black Panther. M'Baku is not even from the same tribe. They don't even worship, he doesn't worship Boss. Boss would have, he would not have been worthy of the title of the Black Panther. He would not. He come from the gorilla tribe. And the gorilla tribe up in the mountains, along with another person from the mountains. Grace Jabai. The greatest mountain tribe member of all time. So he would not be able to lead Wakanda. No. He is a villain. So is Malice. But they made him the baby mama. This is what they did. They made him a baby. They made the Malice the baby mama. This sounds stupid.
Confirmed that there's going to be a soft reboot with Secret Wars Black Panther 3, like I said, still scheduled to be right after that in February 2028, meaning that will be the first movie that will have to address some of the changes going on inside the MCU. Based on Kevin Feige's talk, he said they're using that as a way to sort of retcon, reboot, I guess you could say, Mutants, X-Men, the new Fantastic Four into the 616 MCU universe from all these different universes, so that everybody thinks they've always existed on the same Earth and nobody thinks that it's weird.
So you can reboot, recast everybody, but again, think about that for just a second. You can reboot, recast everybody except for the black man that rules a whole nation. Because just throwing you just any black, you're supposed to be happy. Falcon is Captain America now. He has Wakandan wings. lemon pepper, I think, or maybe Parmesan. Y'all can't be happy with that? Why y'all didn't go watch that movie? Oh, maybe because you know we didn't get enough Wakanda. Maybe that's what it is. See how dumb that sounds?
So the idea is that heading into Marvel Phase 7, the balance of power has been altered fundamentally inside the MCU. Whereas before, Wakanda was the unquestioned, most powerful, most defensible nation in the world. They literally used it to defend against Thanos during Infinity War. Heading into Marvel Phase 7, that's not exactly the case. We also have the dead Celestial in the Indian Ocean, adamantium being shared amongst major world powers, so Wakanda no longer has their vibranium advantage that they did before. There's also the idea this new T'Challa Black Panther they're introducing as he comes of age takes the mantle of both Black Panther and the King of Wakanda from Shuri and M'Baku. Because
you see, they keep bringing up if he comes of age. They have it so ingrained they won't even get another T'Challa from the multiverse because that one keeps dying. Every version of T'Challa from the multiverse, from What If to Marvel Zombies, has met his demise. But yet, this honors Chadwick just to kill him over and over and over and over and over again. To kill him over and over and over and over again, yet this honors Chadwick. Come on, Kevin. I need you, buddy. Where you at, buddy? I need you to. I can't question any of this. Come on, buddy. I need you. I need you there, buddy. Come on now. Somebody tell me. What am I missing? I must be missing something. So tell me. Mr. Roberto, thank you so very much for the $10 super chat. Salute to Jay in the J Mac African accent. I will always put on African accents for all of you guys. I'm trying to tell you, I am so proud. I'm so happy. I am so happy. I am so happy to be here. I am. I'm up for real. I am blessed by boss. God is boss. Oh, man, let me go ahead and hook this thing up. Let me hook this up. Hold on.
You are truly amazing. Thank you for your super chat.
You wanna be my enemy.
All right, appreciate the super chat. Everything is a theory. So if it's a theory, you can't say that I'm wrong. Or a hypothesis. Because a theory and a hypothesis is an educated guess. Based on evidence that you create to make said theory or said hypothesis. It's just an educated guess. That's all. And this is my educated guess. I believe they killed them all. That's what I believe. I believe wholeheartedly. If I ask, do you want me to ask Ryan? I can ask Ryan for you, Kevin. You know what? So, Kevin, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? Like defending me and everything. But I mean, for real though, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like coming from where I come from, I mean, black men die every day. You know what I'm saying? They mamas, all of that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta portray that, even though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they never, you know what I'm saying? Like, never did that in the comics, for real. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta be able to show realism, like, for where I come from. And even though this is a fictional universe, and I could be making like the next, you know, anybody like Damson, you know what I'm saying? Eldridge, you know, Kevin Eldridge may watch it, bro. Like, for real, bro. Like Kevin, like Eldridge is so cold, we're making watches, bro. I can't even fathom, you know, for real, him being Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? Because like he could really be making watches for real. You know what I'm saying? And making his money off of that. So, you know, that's why, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to go with like a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like age him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Let it be rough around these edges. So when I go do, you know, other stuff at Warner Brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like Kevin, I really, you know what I'm saying, want to do other stuff. So I'm gonna just, you know, just gonna leave him with the child. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like another director could come through, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I mean, hopefully he do a better job, but I gotta leave you with this child though. You know what I'm saying? Because
for real, if Chadwick, like for real, like for real, bro, if Chadwick would have never died, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, we could have had something, but he died. So, you know, I got to make a bastard son. So yeah, let's keep going with this interview though, bro. Let's do it.
Because he's still king right now before Doomsday, and we know that Denzel Washington will be a big part of the movie thanks to his leaking. Does not absolutely care at all what Marvel's going to do to him. He's Denzel Washington. He can do whatever he wants. Nate Moore, Kevin Feige's former chief lieutenant, who's still the lead producer on Black Panther 3, even though he left the studio. You might have seen him. He's actually on Survivor right now. There's an actual big Marvel producer from the Black Panther and the Captain America movies on Survivor right now.
Yo,
he actually said Marvel's...
He's 47 and I'm 45. This is what happens when you don't cast a black man. When you don't recast T'Challa, I'm 45, he's 47. That's what happens. You don't recast T'Challa.
Still hasn't thought about recasting Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa specifically, meaning that it sounds like Marvel is still planning on aging up his son Toussaint, whose real name is T'Challa. T'Challa, son of T'Challa.
You see how dumb that sounds? You see how dumb that sounds? So you're going to age up a child instead of recasting. You're going to age up a child instead of getting a variant. Do you see what I mean?
The name is Prince T'Challa, son of King T'Challa.
So without more evidence, it seems like Marvel is just pushing forward with that plan that they set up at the end of Wakanda Forever. I think the idea is that Marvel may see this as their way to have their cake and eat it too, like not recasting, but still allowing themselves to have a T'Challa Black Panther in the movies. But here's the thing.
Just have anyone. Just have an aged up child. You could just have anything. Instead of the actual character, just give you anything. They would never do that to Superman. They would never do that to Wonder Woman. They would never do that to Batman. They would never do that to Spider-Man. Hell, they wouldn't even do the X-Men like that. But you could just have whatever. It's cool. It's cool. Be happy.
They still kind of have to recast because if they want an adult version of that younger T'Challa character, they have to age him up because he's so young in Wakanda Forever.
Why do they have to age him up, though? You don't have to do any of this. Again, my theory, this is my theory. So Kevin, you still here? Kevin, I need you, big dog. Here's my theory of what they could do with this Black Panther 3. You don't have to age him up. Go get another one from another universe. That universe is destroyed during the incursion. Bring him over and still let him raise that child. If you was really focused on showing what would Wakanda look like if, you know, T'Challa was raising the son during the blip. Well, there you go right there. There you go right there. And then you can tell the story you want to tell. At least I got my T'Challa back. And then if they want 10, 20 years from now to do T'Challa Jr., okay, at least I got a film of T'Challa being the Black Panther, and we're going through his adventure. T'Challa, son of T'Chaka, not Toussaint, son of Tabastard. No.
My early theory right now is that they'll just hand wave some of that and they'll use Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars with all the time travel and multiverse craziness to explain how they age him up enough by the events of Black Panther 3 so that it all makes sense.
So then,
I also fully expect...
So why Shuri going to be how old when they age him up? It sounds dumb. It literally sounds dumb.
To see other multiverse Black Panthers at some point in the next Avengers movie somewhere, so do not be surprised if there are more than 2 showing up somewhere in Easter eggs, like we had all that leaked concept art from what seemed like was Avengers Secret Wars in another version of T'Challa. This could just be that other mystery Black Panther that people have been saying will show up in those movies. Recently, Damson Idris and Angela Bassett, Ramonda herself, seemed like they were stoking a lot of the rumors about him becoming that new Black Panther at their big Marvel event recently. They just had a huge event in Hollywood featuring the cast of the Black Panther movies. You can see most of the major actors from the film walking around here. But I
told you, but then you killed this beautiful woman because he don't need no mama either. Nobody needs a mama. Nobody needs a daddy. You know what I'm saying? Be a baby daddy. He grows up without a father. In a whole other country that he just scolded his own father about his brother's son, his own cousin. Make it make sense.
Actually see they featured the Dora Milaje, like they brought back Angela Bassett as Queen Ramonda, who was supposed to be dead in present day after Namor killed her after Wakanda Forever. She was leading this show. They brought back Denai Guerrera, who was in her full Dora Milaje suit, leading a bunch of other Dora Milaje, as well as a bunch of male warriors in Wakandan suits. Men aren't allowed to be part of the Dora Milaje, though. They'd either be Hatut Zaraze or just common infantry in their army.
Yep.
You also probably recognize Teyana Taylor even became a Dora Milaje for the event. I don't know if she's supposed to be in Black Panther 3 or join.
I don't know, but Teyana Taylor's fine. That's all I know.
In the Dora Milaje. I assume she just joined them for this particular event. But the real reason why people were freaking out was that Damson Idris was featured at the event arm in arm with Angela Bassett while she was actually leading the event. He wasn't wearing a traditional Wakandan suit, but the fact that they focused so much here on the two of them being together, like she was supporting him as much as he was supporting her, fueled a lot of theories that he is Marvel's current top pick to become the new T'Challa Black Panther, because Marvel is doing so much stuff at this event with Vogue.
I told you they didn't do this for a coincidence. Marvel is doing so much at Vogue. Damson so happened to be there, and Damson has been leaked to T'Challa for how long? He's been talked to. People have been asking him that question for how long? No, they got to start this thing all over again because it's messed up. It's so messed up. Unless they go to the only way that they could get. Let's just, because they're not going to get rid of Shuri, right? They're not going to get rid of Shuri. The only thing that they could do is go back, because I mean they could go to the Christopher Priest run, but if they go back to the original Jack Kirby, the original Jack Kirby comics is the only way that they can actually tell stories without Shuri, without his mama and his daddy, is to go back to the Jack Kirby comics.
So a lot of people viewed this as Marvel soft launching their new Black Panther to gauge fan reaction. Marvel does that sometimes. This isn't one of their now famous leaks that they leak themselves to generate hype. Like, they're not purposefully leaking their new Black Panther or anything like that. But because Damson Idris himself has talked publicly about becoming the new Black Panther so much recently, he and Angela Bassett definitely seem like they did this on purpose. Like, this is the Queen Ramonda endorsing the new Black Panther.
If y'all didn't think that this was on purpose, you don't know Hollywood.
They are definitely leaning into all of this fan speculation and all this news. He was amazing in the F1 movie if you didn't see it. The movie itself did gangbusters performance as well, too.
Yeah,
you'll probably remember earlier this year all the Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars concept art that leaked out depicting.
We did talk about this because we talked about Jessica Clemens' video last week. So yeah,
a new T'Challa Black Panther that looked just like him. So already it seemed like Marvel was considering him.
Look, not according to Jessica Clemens. She said that looked like, for who did she say it looked like? She said it looked like Chadwick, or it looked just generic. She didn't believe that dude looked, I mean, that they didn't use his image to look, I'm just saying.
To be one of those characters, and now you see him rolled out with a whole bunch of Marvel Black Panther actors at a big event. And then recently, during an interview for the F1 movie that he's in right now, kind of confirms that he is talking to Marvel about being that new Black Panther.
Q, that would have been too much like right.
Have you had any conversations about that?
Would have been too much like right, bro.
Yes, no. By the way, the yes, no means yes.
Look at this man's face and ears. And Jessica Clemens said, that don't look like him.
That is exactly what you say when you're definitely in talks with Marvel and you don't want to get shot by Kevin Feige and his snipers. Just look at some of the big Marvel actors that are here standing around with them. So this is Ayo Edebiri. She was supposed to play Mockingbird in the Thunderbolts movie, Val's assistant, but she had
I think we already went over this video, I believe.
Scheduling conflict and had to drop out. You probably recognize Laura Harrier standing right next to her. She played Liz, the Vulture's daughter, during Spider-Man Homecoming. Jeff Goldblum, the Grand Master, is standing right behind them. You probably recognize Regé-Jean Page on Angela Bassett's other side. This is Lakeith Stanfield right behind them. And way back there, you might recognize Elizabeth Debicki's head poking over the background. She played Ayesha during the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And way back in the right, like way tiny, is Kyle MacLachlan. So it is full of Marvel actors and actors who are also associated with Marvel. But I do think that Marvel has wanted to do more of the traditional.
Now, y'all seen Lakeith Stanfield in there, right? Y'all seen Lakeith Stanfield? You know who they didn't say, you know what, he'll be a good Black Panther? Lakeith Stanfield is sitting right there. And Lakeith Stanfield is a hell of an actor, but nobody leaked him to, oh, will he be in Wakanda? Will he be in the next Black Panther movie? Nope. But Damson, why? Because to me, this was a soft launch for engagement.
Big Black Panther stories from the comics and make them more comic book accurate. It's just that the past couple of years, they've had a big problem doing that with Chadwick Boseman passing away and then them having to pivot to.
They didn't have to. They chose to pivot. The problem with saying Chadwick Boseman passed away and them having to pivot to Shuri Black Panther is almost disingenuous because they didn't have to. Let me repeat that. Him saying because of Chadwick Boseman's passing, they having to pivot to Shuri is disingenuous. Because for one, they didn't have to make the movie. For two, they could have recast like they did with William Hurt. You know, William Hurt when he passed, and they gave it to Harrison Ford. Number three, they didn't have to make the movie. So to say this is really disingenuous to me.
Shuri Black Panther. So I think likely Shuri will be the main Black Panther at the beginning of Black Panther 3. Then by the end of that movie, she will have given up the mantle. And it'll either be a recast version of T'Challa that shows up, or it'll be the younger T'Challa Jr., who they've aged up to the point where he can actually take the mantle.
That still doesn't make sense. Just give us a recast or a variant. I don't care. But give us T'Challa.
This was the big arc that Ryan Coogler said that he wanted to tell with the Black Panther stories that they'll likely incorporate to Black Panther 3. The thing about that story is that he doesn't need to make T'Challa Jr. the new Black Panther yet in order to tell that, but it makes more sense if he is the new Black Panther.
No, it doesn't. I'm sorry. It does not make sense, and here's why. Doing all that age up where you could just recast. Doing all that age up, you're doing incursions in the MCU. Go back and read the Secret Wars comics. They literally give you the blueprint on how it can happen. So if you wanted to tell that dumb story about, you know, what it would feel like to raise a kid and run a nation, well, you can still do that. I think it's stupid, but you can still do that. What a recast version of Lead a Kid.
We'll see how that all plays out. Everybody post all your reactions in the comments below. What story do you actually want them to use for Black Panther 3? It just feels like they have a really, really big opportunity open to them here. Like I said, we're supposed to be getting more trailers at CCX.
All right, I'm done. I am completely done now. Hold on. I gotta decompress for just a little bit. I gotta decompress. Can I decompress for a little bit? I'm gonna be right back with more of the Dre Max Show.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Now you can own one of the greatest gospel albums ever offered. With only giant hits and legendary stars.
Biscuit. I know the truth about it. I love. Oh, how I love this biscuit. Oh, how I love this biscuit. It is the best biscuit. I know.
This treasury is not sold in stores, and when you call the toll-free number now, you also get another entire album of all-time gospel favorites. We now return to the Transformers.
All right. Like, I've literally been saying the same theme since Chadwick Boseman, when I did my first, Black Panther video. Like it's just a level of gymnastics that is going on with this recasting. It's just this whole entire thing is stupid. And like I said, I've seen throughout comics them try to do a derivative version of a character. What's up, Pam? I've seen them do a derivative version of a character. It never works. As the main that's taking over, you know, I'm criticizing what has led up to this point, Kevin. And then I will criticize it 2 years from now or 3 years from now. Kevin, you going to come right back to this channel and I'll be saying the same thing if they fumble. Now, personally, I believe that the Russo brothers wants to. This is when my man Darius from Planet Fanatics, when he says, you know, well, the studio wants Eldest. They want an older T'Challa, but Marvel Studios, when Disney wants Eldest, I believe I'm saying this right. Disney wants Eldest, Marvel wants, or I could be backwards. I think Marvel wants Desmond, but Disney wants Eldest. This is what I have to say about that. I believe that the Russo brothers wants the actual T'Challa. I believe because they're comic book fans, they know how important T'Challa is to that storyline of Secret Wars 2015. They will, is it 2015? God, it's over there. It's over there somewhere. But I believe that they know how important T'Challa is to that story. T'Challa is so pivotal to the story of Secret Wars. You have to have him, right? And I believe we're going to go through a Gamora situation where Ryan's going to have to make a decision. What is a Gamora situation? I talked about it earlier. James Gunn did not know that they were going to kill Gamora in that movie. He had no idea. He had plans for her in the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He had to rewrite his movie because of what the Russo brothers did. Hold on. Sorry. Hold up. Just had a, hold on. I got to get my light. My light just fell. Hold on. Just stand by real quick. Like my light right in front of me, like literally fell over in the thing came over. I did not want LED lights just sitting in my face without the cover. Cause God, I don't want to be blind. Okay. So let me get back to what I believe. I believe the Russo brothers is gonna, and I think Tina also echoed the same thing. I believe the Russo brothers are gonna want T'Challa, son of T'Chaka back. I believe that, and I believe they're gonna get their wish. I don't believe I don't believe it's gonna be an aged up T'Challa and all of that. Yada yada yada. Tino echoed this, and then Black Panther 3, Shadows of Wakanda, is going to make a decision if they want T'Challa back. If they're going to make him go back to the multiverse, they're going to go to Ryan. Hey, we need T'Challa. What do you want to do? And if he goes back to the multiverse or they rebrand him as T'Challa Jr., then you know who did it. But I believe that the Russo, because again, he is very important to the story of Black Panther. Very important. I mean, to Secret Wars. So my theory, again, I could be wrong. It's just a theory. Kevin, don't beat me up. What's up, Duran? What's up, Rico? I see Rico in here earlier too. But this is just a theory. So that's what I mean. Technically, that's what I want. I believe the Russo want that, but we'll see, and we'll go from there.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
All right. Who the hell is that? Oh, whoever Patricia is. Thank you for the $50 super chat. Yo, thank you so very much for the $50 super chat. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Hold up. I gotta get a good one. I gotta, you know what? I'm gonna have to bring it back because man, thank you for that $50 super chat.
Super chat, body roll.
I put this on Everything I Love. If the Russo brothers brings back T'Challa, son of T'Chaka, I will do the body roll and record it in my seat in the middle of the movie. But thank you, Patricia, for that super chat. I really appreciate that. So thank you so very much. Yep, great. I'm body rolling. Yes, I do it. Yes, I will. And I'm body rolling doing Michael. All right. I will be back. Me, Mika, and Blue, hopefully. But I will be back tonight at 7:30 for Blurred AF. We'll be back. So, what's up, Executive Judge? So make sure. Oh, it's going to be loud. I'm body rolling. I'm going to take myself body rolling. Pause. But, yeah. So make sure you guys coming back. I do want to play this. I do want to play this game with Mika and Blue, which I want to do I'm going to talk to him about it, but I want to do a 3-man battle, a three album battle royal. Follow me. Off the Wall versus Thriller versus Bad in winner take all, song for song. Yeah, I want to do it. So we'll see. But again, thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Mack Show. What did you guys think, about this? Kevin, put it in the comment section. If I'm wrong or right, I'm picking on you, Kevin, but I appreciate you being here. But let me know what you guys think. Put it in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think. But again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe power, man. I'll see y'all back tonight. Where's my outro at? My buddy roll up out of here, but you already know I gotta go.
Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over?
What?
Huh. Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.